Okay. All right, the court is calling cause number 2017 DCM 3422. This is a hearing on a motion filed by the Attorney General's office. It is entitled a motion to modify and to confirm child support verbiage. Parties in this case are Devon McClellan. Okay, one second. Getting some feedback. Our parties before me, as I indicated, are Devon McClellan and Amanda Leal. This hearing is being held on pursuant to the Supreme Court orders. We have to conduct hearings on a remote basis because of the pandemic that's going on. We cannot appear in court, or we are appearing in this matter through a Zoom application and also proceeding through a live streaming through the YouTube channel. That is to comply with the Texas rules that we have to keep open courts available. The last party is not to talk over each other and have only one person talking at one time, because sometimes the audio portion doesn't work as well as it should. At this point in time, parties are present before me. Ms. Kaplan, are you ready to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McClellan, are you ready to proceed in this matter today?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Leal, are you ready to proceed in this matter here today?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll ask both of you, please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes,
McClellan,
sir.
I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, you can go ahead and put your hands down. Okay, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state requests that the court take judicial notice of the prior order on file in this case, which is the child support review order establishing the parent-child relationship that was signed by the court May 22nd of 2017.
All right, the court will take judicial notice of the May 2017 court order. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state further offers the financial activity report in this case into evidence under Texas Family Code 157.162 as an updated version of what was served upon the parties in this case.
All right, the court will take judicial notice of the updated financial report. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Leal as a witness.
All right.
Ma'am, what is your legal name?
My name is Amanda Nicole Leal.
And what has changed since the 2017 court order?
Devon and I had reconciled, and we had decided to get back together. So he had been, helping financially around the house with everything. Just like
Are
I
you
said.
living together now?
No, ma'am.
And why not?
Due to us both being on a restriction due to a PR bond that we were both set at.
Do you have any safety concerns regarding anyone?
Not with Mr. McMullen. I do have safety concerns with the other father of my child. His name is Quentin Turner.
Do you feel that it's in your best interest and your child's best interest that your address and other information not be disclosed in a court order?
Yes, ma'am. I don't want it disclosed.
Have you received any direct payments from Mr. McMullen that are not reflected on the financial activity report in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
How much have you received in direct payments?
Just this year, probably around 4,000.
When did you receive those payments?
Starting from January until June timeframe.
Is Mr. McMullen currently working?
No, ma'am.
When is the last time Mr. McMullen was working?
That I know of, I believe it was July.
What type of work did he do?
He was doing contracting on base for a company called Technica.
Are you aware of any special skills or certifications that Mr. McMullen has?
I just know he has a degree in logistics. And he's also previously military.
Do you know if he receives any VA benefits?
Not at the moment. I know he's in the process of doing that as well.
Do you know if he receives military retirement?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if Mr. McMullen has any other children?
Yes, ma'am, he does.
How many?
Including my child, there's 4.
Are all of those children under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Do any of those children live with Mr. McMullen?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if he's court ordered to support the other children?
Yes, he's court ordered to support 2 of the other children.
How is your child insured currently?
I believe she's still insured with Medicaid.
Do you have any other type of insurance for your child?
Not at the moment. We're waiting for his VA stuff to come through.
Does Mr. McMullen currently have any insurance available for your child?
Not at the moment.
And you disagree with setting child support in this case, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that in the best interest of your child not to set child support?
Because we have, at the moment, it's joint custody where he gets half the time with her and I get half the time with her. So we're both supporting her when we each have her.
And you also disagree with setting a medical reimbursement in this case, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that?
Because before this coronavirus stuff, we had all his VA stuff signed and they were supposed to have everything filed, but it also delayed it. So we didn't know it was going to last this long. So according to our plans, she was supposed to have medical support by June. But since the coronavirus stuff, it delayed a lot of his stuff. So they haven't been able to file his claim with the VA. And that's what's taking so long as far as medical support and financially on his side.
And you wish to give Mr. McMullen credit against the arrears that he owes you in this case, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are freely and voluntarily doing that?
Yes, ma'am.
No one has threatened or coerced you in any way to give credit towards those arrears that he owes you?
No, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other evidence or testimony?
The state calls Mr. McMullen.
Okay, Ms. McCullen? Go ahead, Ms. Kaplan.
Sir.
Sir, what is your legal name?
Devon McMullen.
And what has changed since the last court order in this case, sir?
I'm currently not working right now.
And how long have you not been working?
Since July.
Do you have any other children, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
3. Well, I have 4 altogether, but 3, not including Kalia.
And are you court ordered to support those 3 other children?
2 of them.
Do any of the children live with you?
No, ma'am.
Do you have health insurance available for your children, sir?
No, man, I'm waiting on my VA. I have an appointment next month, and that should be able to cover all my kids.
But currently you have no insurance available, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you ever made any direct payment to Miss Leal for the support of the child that you have with her?
Yes, ma'am.
How much payments have you given directly to Miss Leal?
Approximately, I say 4,500, and that's just this year.
Do you have any safety concerns regarding anyone, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that it's in your best interest, in your children's best interest, that your address and other personal information not be disclosed, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I don't want to disclose.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other evidence or testimony?
No other evidence or testimony from the state at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. What is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, the state recommends child support and medical support based on the minimum wage presumption, which is $12.56.67 monthly, with credit for the 3 other children that Mr. McMullen does have, with a prorated medical support obligation also based on the minimum wage presumption, prorated for the 4 children that he has, with a $28 medical support credit. The state has calculated guideline child support to be $163.75, round to the nearest dollar. The state has calculated guideline child support of $164. The state recommends that this obligation start November 1st, 2020. The state further recommends a medical support obligation to reimburse for government insurance of $28 a month, with that obligation also to commence November 1st, 2020. The state also defers to the court as to whether or not to give a direct payment credit up to the amount of arrears owed in this case, in the amount of $2,776.83, as Ms. Leal has testified that she is freely and voluntarily giving credit for direct payments that Mr. McMullen has given to her for the support of the children, or the child in this case, excuse me.
The recommended payment on the judgment, if there is any?
The recommended payment on the judgment, if there is any, is $50 a month until paid beginning November 1st, 2020.
Okay. All right, Ms. Leal, you heard the recommendation of the state. They're asking me to set child support based on the minimum wage presumption, taking into account the other children that Mr. McClellan has, and set child support at $164 a month in this case. Do you agree with the recommendation, ma'am?
Not really, because I know financially, if he had a job, he could help me in any way that he can. He recently just went without a job.
Okay. All right, well, what I'm going to ask you is that first, initially you said that you didn't want me to set any child support in this case. Is that right? Ms. Leal? I think I lost Ms. Leal. Ms. Leal, are you there, ma'am? Ms. McClellan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know what happened to Ms. Leal.
Yes, sir.
But my understanding of what I heard her say is that she didn't want to set child support because you all intend to live together or start living together.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that
Together
is that what
prior.
you all intend to do, to live together?
Yes, sir.
All right. My only concern at this point, Mr. McClellan, is the health insurance for the child.
Yes, sir.
You don't have any health insurance available either from work or any other source. Is that right?
No, sir. I'm waiting on my VA appointment. I have a VA appointment on November 17th, sir. And that's gonna pretty much sum up everything that I've been going through to get my VA benefits, and all my kids will be insured.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set medical support only in this case.
Okay, sir.
Until such time as you provide health insurance through another source, either to the VA or to your source. I'm going to set the medical support. The recommended that I set $28 a month in medical support. That is to commence November 1.
Okay.
Child support, I'm going to set child support at 0 for the time being, since it is your all's intention to reconcile and start living together.
Yes, sir.
And as far as any arrearage, I will give you credit for any direct payments, which she testified to, that exceeds the arrearage as stated in the financial report. So I'll give
Yes,
you
sir.
the credit for that and find that you are not behind in child support.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll grant non-disclosure of any, I think it's a mutual non-disclosure because both parties requested that, Ms. Kaplan. Mutual non-disclosure. All right, so child support will be set at 0. Medical support, 28. There are no arrears in this case.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ms. Kaplan, do you need any other information? Do we address all the issues in this case?
Mr. Honor, just to clarify, the child support judgment is $0, or should I just simply put that the court finds that there are no child support arrears owed at this time? Or should I take a judgment of 0?
I think a judgment on 0.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, of course, the medical support, $28 commences on November 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
No child support.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. McClellan, I don't know what to do, Ms. Leal.
Okay. I will inform her, sir, though. Thank you so much, sir. Y'all have a good day.
You too, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, and I see Ms. Morris is back.
Yes, we're ready to put an agreed order on the record.
All right, let me go ahead and, all right, you're on the record already. Let's see, this is on Macias and Aguilar, right?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 2373. This is a hearing on a petition filed by the Attorney General's office. It's entitled A Suit Affecting Parent-Child Relationship with an Acknowledgement of Paternity. Let's see here. There appears to be 3 minor children in this case. Parties in this case are Mariano Macias, Aguilera, who are present before me on the Zoom application. And we are appearing Zoom through the Zoom application because of the pandemic crisis. We cannot appear in court. Whatever parties are admonished or instructed, they are before me, as if you are in court because you are in court before me. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the Associate Judge for the Title 40 Court here in El Paso, Texas. As indicated, we are appearing on this application through the Zoom to LiveTube streaming. That is to comply with the Texas rules that we have to keep open courts available to the public. I am recording this evidence through the computer-generated audio system. this hearing is completed, then this live stream will be taken off the YouTube channel. It's been represented to me that there's an agreement in this matter. Ms. Morris, what is the agreement in this case?
It's just the parties have agreed in whole that the surname of Idally, Macias, Idaly, Madeline Macias, and Andreas Macias shall continue with the surname of Macias. Parties have agreed to joint managing conservatorship with geographical restriction and a standard possession order in place. Parties have agreed to the child support amount of $317 as Mr. Macias earns at or around $1,300 a month or so. Parties have agreed to the step downs of $264 and $211. Parties have also agreed to reimburse the state in the amount of $117. And based on negotiations and evidence that Mr. Macias has provided with rent and other monetary ways, that no retro support should be granted. The state would like to ensure or address two other items, though. Mrs. State calls Mrs. Aguilar. Mrs. Aguilar, can you please state your full name for the record?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me put them under. Let me swear have both parties please raise your right hands.
Okay.
Ms. Aguilar, Mr. Macias, do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Aguilar? Okay, I think you're still muted, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Aguilar, do you swear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Moore.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Aguilar, can you please state your full name for the record?
Cristina Aguilar.
And just for the record, you're here for the name. Go ahead and name the children for the court, before the court.
Dali Macias, Madeline Macias, and Andres Macias.
Okay. And just a couple of issues. I want to address the non-disclosure. If this order were to be drafted and information on that order was to be disclosed, would that subject you to any hurt, harm, or harassment?
No.
Okay. Do you have any general safety concerns?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Has there ever been any safety concerns in the past?
Yes, I was about a year or so.
Okay. You said about a year or so ago. What happened a year or so ago?
Yeah, me and him had gotten into like a little argument, and there was something happened between us. That was the reason why we separated. But I know that he has been going to classes, and I've seen a change in him when he sees my children. So I don't know how it's going, but it looks like it's going very well for him.
Okay. And when you say taking classes, is this in relation to any family violence or anything like that?
I believe it is for him. I'm not sure what they give him, but I know he was given some classes.
Okay. And did you ever was there ever any protective order out against Mr. Macias?
Yes, I think there still is. But he could see the children, which is one of the things he has, that he could see the children, but we can't see each other for a lot.
Okay. Okay. So, but in regards to the children and Mr. Macias, there are no safety concerns. Is that your testimony?
No, there's no safety concerns.
Okay. And if I was to draft this order without you having to review it, would you be okay with me submitting this order to the court today?
without reviewing what? I'm sorry, it's because you're breaking down.
I'm sorry. So at the end of this hearing, I'm going to draft this order and I'm either going to submit it to the court or I'm going to have you review it first. It's going to be everything we talked about. Would you mind me submitting it before the court without you having to review it first?
No, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. I passed the witness and state calls Mr. Macias.
Okay. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Macias, Mr. Macias, can you please state your full name for the record?
Mariano Macias.
And you've heard everything so far throughout this hearing, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I want to bring your attention to the protective order that was out against you. You're of course aware of that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I heard that there were some classes. How are those classes going for you so far?
They were very good. I already finished them. It was the BIP classes.
Uh-huh. When did you finish?
I think it was September the 6th.
Okay. So likewise, like I asked Mrs. Aguilar, this order is going to disclose some addresses, maybe a phone number or two. Would you be okay with that, or would that subject you to any hurt, harm, or harassment? Miss, can you hear me?
Ms. Macias, did you hear the question?
I don't really understand.
Okay,
I speak more in Spanish,
Okay.
I
but
understand.
I'm trying to. I know how to speak it, but I don't understand it very well.
Okay, so here's the thing. You know, the order that I'll be drafting today, it probably will have your address. It probably will have your phone number. Are you okay with that being exposed, like shown to the
Yes,
public?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And would you mind me drafting this order without you having to review it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. The state rests.
Okay. All right. Based on the testimony of the parties, I will approve the agreement that has been read in this matter and stipulated to by the parties on the record. I'll approve that, and I'll also approve the, it appears that neither party is asking for non-disclosure at this time. They're waiving it on the record. Okay. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Moore?
No, Your Honor, that is all.
Okay. All right. So let me see, unless there's anything else that concludes our hearing in this case, parties are excused. Thank you all very much for working this matter out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you.